Good morning, YouTube. It's Michelle. Hello there. I've been offline for a little bit, crafting behind the scenes, just haven't been taping as much. And I thought I'd wait till Friday to kind of share what's been going on the last 2 weeks. And I've got a Washi Rak that I want to share. I have a junk journal that I've made, inspired using some Delectable Dies. I made another one of those accordion file. And I am working on a tea bag, a little tea bag book. So let's start with the rack. I have move these. I have a coworker. Well, she's a tenant in the building who really is not familiar with the crafty world. And she happened to be in the dollar store and found this. So she came to me after going in the store and said, well, what is it? And the reason I picked it up was because there were ladies in the dollar store taking off the whole racks of these little washi tapes. So I kind of explained washi tape and showed her some examples of where I've used them in junk journals. And she said, well, I didn't know what to do with it, so okay. And I said, well, I'll buy it from you if you're not going to use it. And she said, well, I'm just going to hold on to it. Little did I know she was planning a rack for me. So let me show you what she showed up with last week for me. So this bag here was full. I'm just going to open it up of not only washi tape. She got me the rack. She said I needed a rack to put it in. And duct tape. And we talked about vintage and what vintage was. So she made sure that she got me some vintage wash. I mean, look at this. Is that incredible? So she just told me to spread the love. So I'm going to figure out how to be able to give this to some folks in some pocket letters or something. But anyway, so that was fabulous. So thank you, Karen, here in my office building. So there's that. So, I mean, wow. A wow rack of washi. So there's that. And then I wanted to challenge myself and make another one of these accordion folders for the desk. It flips out. I have not figured out how I'm going to close the sides. I just want to make sure whenever I get a new tutorial or something like this, I want to make sure I've got the design down. And so I had this really pretty paper that I decided to use in some Prima blooms that I had on, I found on sale. So there's that. Cute. Vicki Smith has the video that I used for that. Thanks, Miss Vicki. And then for Delectable Dies, I have been playing along. There's several doing Use Your Dies Wednesdays and Delectable Dies, so I just wanted to let you know. Thank you for the inspiration. This is a junk journal that I made out of a tea box, and I used, again, one of the dies, Cynthia Martin Designs. She has these fabulous women that are African American, and so I cut the die in black cardstock. And then what I did was I Modge Podged everything on. And so I just kind of made the texture of her hair using Modge Podge. So we've got kind of a multimedia thing going on here. I used my Tim Holtz die, my tattered florals, to create the flower down here. So that's with my coffee filters that have been stained with coffee, the ones that I recycle from the office, and then I put a shell. I just thought that went with it. The background is some fabric that I have, and I just did color copies of it. So what was great was because of the thinness of the copy paper, it just really adhered really well to the tea box. And I have some stash crochet trim, and there's the back. But I just love this, and the Modge Podge really makes it feel so, it's great. Well, it's waterproof. So there's that. I have two Tim Holtz hitch fasteners here, and super simple. You just pull off the little bow, and on the inside here, I've got some stamping. So I pulled out my stamps. This is one of those projects that started with a stamping on Monday, and then I did a tutorial on Tuesday and finished with some dies on Wednesday. But I'll just do a quick flip-see through this journal. It's got a lot of different coffee papers and parchment paper. Use some washi. I didn't stamp on this too much because the paper is so thin, the stamping just goes right through, and I hate being able to see it on the other side. So I actually put the paper, this is Safari Elephant Tattoo, because I wanted to make sure I knew what the paper line was that I used for this. And there's a envelope and a bloom. This was Tara, Nurse Tara had done some paper clip embellies using dollar store, so I played along. I got my dies out and used that. Thanks, Nurse Tara. And so just a quick flip through this. Got some African papers. And here, that's some coffee dyed parchment. And there's some tuck spots and everything. It's a small, it's 5 by 3 and a half. 3 and a half being the width, 5 being the length. So you get the idea. And then right here I have Gabby Sidibe. I love this quote. Saw this. It says, "I live my life because I dare. I dare to show up when everyone else might hide their faces and hide their bodies in shame." Love that girl. So anyway, put that in there just for some inspiration. And papers, back page, little tags with journaling spots. Ta-da. So there's that. And then, I'm not even sure who did a video, but along with the coffee filters, I make my daughter save all of her tea bags. And so I emptied the tea bags, and I have started on my own little tiny tea bag book. And so we just start out, again, it is tea bags. You can see there's some remnants of tea in there, but there's various ones, green tea and brown tea. So the colors are different. And then I took some Tim Holtz Distress, Ranger Distress ink in mahogany. Oh, that's not it. It's definitely not Fired Brick. It's the one that's more burgundy. Sorry, y'all. Anyway, so here's that, and I've used a lot of the freebies from Debbie Ephemera's Vintage Garden, and just wanted to create this little book to see. Just, I think for me, just creating junk journals in a small size. So we got a little Cupid and some little blooms here, and then here, most of these are just stash laces and flowers. So we got roses are red, violets are blue, sugar sweet, and so are you. And here's another one of Debbie's freebies. And there's a little tuck in there. It's been coffee stained on the back. Little blingage, kind of goes with the Eiffel Tower. And this lady. And you flip her over. And there's some washi. Ooh, better glue that down. And then some crochet trim with little pearls. And a little tag stuck in the tea bag. And on this side, that's just a sticker that I found. And then on this side, this was some packaging from something I got over the weekend. Put some tulle roses, and these are some Ephemera's Vintage Garden freebies. So I copied them on, can you see that? Oh gosh, the lighting's really bad. It's lined. Debbie gave us some lined coffee stained paper, so I just double printed it, and then you'll see I used my gold pen to distress the edges. And so there's that page. And then here's a little envelope I made out of a small doily. And it's got a little note. Cute. That's as far as I've gotten on that. So I was pretty aggressive when I put the pages together. So I'll show you this when I finish it. So, yes, I have been up to crafting away. I've got a couple of pocket letters I've got to get out this weekend. So they'll make the Valentine's Day deadline. But that's it. So I hope everyone's having a great Friday, a great start to your weekend, and happy crafting. Take care. Bye-bye.